Basketball fans across the nation were buzzing when Nelissa Smith first entered the scene. A star on the rise, she was supposed to be the future of the Indiana Fever, a team in need of a standout player to lead them through the ever-competitive WNBA, but what has transpired since that hopeful beginning has been nothing short of shocking.
I feel like I'm the type of person where I just be putting like a lot of stuff to the side and try to keep like the main thing. You know, I'm here to play basketball and it's awesome.
In a world where professional sports stars are constantly under the microscope, it's easy to miss the subtle warning signs that a player's career is taking a wrong turn. For Nelissa Smith, her journey from promising rookie to a divisive figure is a cautionary tale of unrealized potential, social media drama, and the consequences of losing focus.
But like, you know, there's only so much you could say when you're here. I've been hearing that a lot, but I didn't think it was a goodbye. It was more so just like...
Let's dive deep into the fall from grace of one of the most talked about players in the league. It's easy to forget that just a short time ago, Nelissa Smith...
I feel like I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do. I didn't get to contribute as much as I wanted to contribute, so that's all I meant by that. Everybody comes into a season thinking they're gonna have this.
Was one of the hottest names in basketball. With a promising rookie year and a team that seemed poised to build around her, it appeared Smith was on the fast track to becoming a household name.
Outstanding, you know, accolade, achievement, you know, season, so it was really hard.
But sometimes, reality doesn't match the hype. The rapid decline of her performance this season raised eyebrows, and soon enough, fans began questioning whether they were witnessing the end of an era before it even began. But what happened?
Because coming in, there was a lot of different conversations of how it was going to play out. So just it fluctuating throughout the season, it was a lot of highs and lows.
How did someone with so much potential fall so far? Let's break it down. If we look at the numbers, the drop-off in Smith's performance this season is hard to ignore from a solid 13. 5 points per game in her rookie season, she saw a sharp decrease to just 95 points per game this year. Now,
but like, I don't know what the future holds, because in this league, so many players jump around, get traded, get waived, get this, get that. So it's like...
a small dip in stats isn't the end of the world for a young player. After all, there are ups and downs in any athlete's career. But this was more than just a small dip. What's even more alarming than her scoring is her defense. A part of what made Smith so valuable to the Fever was her all-around game. She wasn't just a scorer, she was supposed to be a key defender too. But this season, she's been called one of the laziest defenders on the team. Ouch.
I could have said the same thing last year, this year. I mean, I don't know what my future holds. It's just about, you know, this offseason is going to be super important, getting the work in, going to play overseas.
Fans, the lifeblood of any professional sports league, have been vocal about their disappointment, and they have reason to be. When Smith is on the court, the Fever's net rating actually worsens. In fact, when she's on the bench, the team plays better, improving by nearly 7 points per 100 possessions.
You know, making sure I'm in shape, making sure I just take care of myself, so that's going to be, you know, big leading up into my 4th year. Knowing you belong here. You got to know you belong here, and you got to know you could...
These are not the statistics of a player that a team is ready to build around. As much as coaches try to shield players from public scrutiny, the truth always finds its way out. Coach Stephanie White, seeing the writing on the wall, started to reduce Smith's minutes from 31.
Compete in this league, you could play in this league. So that's what I do know about myself. You know, I've been playing basketball my whole life. So I know what I could bring to the table, and I know what I could prove.
6 minutes per game last season, Smith's playing time dropped to just 265 minutes per game in the current season. It's a telling sign that something's wrong, especially when a coach makes these kinds of decisions for a player considered a star. The icing on the cake, social media drama.
I said the energy in here is just huge. Like, everybody's pulling for each other. You could tell we have one big goal, and that's to make it to the playoffs and even further. So you could tell.
The story of Nelissa Smith isn't just one of poor performance on the court. It's also a drama unfolding off the court. In an age where athletes are expected to keep a strong, positive presence on social media, Smith has instead taken a very different approach. Her actions on social media have raised serious concerns about her commitment to the team and the game.
All pulling for each other, and it's just genuine love. Like I said, just genuine love. Like, everybody pulling for each other, you know, we before me, and, you know, we all just had that same goal. Man, it's super.
First, there were the cryptic posts, vague, indirect messages that left fans and analysts scratching their heads. Was she frustrated? Was she just venting? Either way, the posts didn't seem to suggest the kind of focus and dedication needed to turn her season around. And then things took a turn for the worse. Out of nowhere, Smith wiped all mentions of the fever from her social media profiles, vanished without a trace. It was as if the team had never existed in her world. And if that wasn't enough, her girlfriend, DJ Carrington, jumped into the fray.
Super exciting. It's like playing for a national championship every single game. So, Indiana is one of the biggest states of basketball. So just bringing that here consistently is going to be huge.
She took to social media to post the words, "Free Nelissa," a phrase that instantly ignited a firestorm of speculation. What was going on behind the scenes? Fans, media, and even teammates began to wonder what the future held for the once promising young star. Rumors have begun swirling that Smith might have leaked sensitive team information.
That was huge. That was one of my role models. The reason I started playing basketball, the reason I was number 3, when I was young. So just playing again.
In the world of professional sports, that's one of the worst things a player can do. Leaking insider details is not just unprofessional, it's a betrayal of trust that can destroy careers. And while we don't have confirmation of this yet, the whispers are enough to send shockwaves through the Fever's organization.
It's her, and her giving me tips on the floor, that was big for me. No, yeah, absolutely. Like, it's fun being here, it's fun just walking.
The silence from Fever management only adds fuel to the fire. As of now, there's been no public response to the allegations. This silence speaks volumes. Is the organization letting Smith dig her own grave? Or are they biding their time, waiting for the right moment to make a move? Trust is everything in professional sports. Fans expect their favorite players to give their all.
And just the men doing what they do, and then we're going to do what we do. And it's just, there's no hype behind what everybody...
Not just on the court, but off it as well. And when that trust is broken, it's hard to rebuild. Smith's actions on social media and the rumors swirling around her have done irreparable damage to her reputation with the Fever's fan base. It's not just about basketball anymore, it's about loyalty.
He's saying, that girl could really play, she could shoot, she could pass the hell out the ball. So, I got to get in shape and keep running.
And right now, Smith is playing a dangerous game by undermining that loyalty. As the trade rumors intensify, it's clear that Smith's future with the Fever is uncertain. Will she be traded? Will the Fever protect her in the upcoming expansion draft? Or is the organization already looking for a way to part ways with her?
I think for everybody, it's going to open up things for everybody, because you got her, AB's open. You got AB, I'm open. You got me, Kelsey Mitchell's open, and so forth.
What's even more wild is that Smith's future might not be with the Fever at all. There's talk that the Golden State Valkyries could be the next team to take a chance on her.
There's so many scorers that it's you can't focus on one person. AB's playing with so much confidence. You could tell she's been in the gym, working on her body, working on her post moves, just being patient, coming out here and playing it.
But given her recent behavior and declining performance, will any team be willing to invest in a player whose career is suddenly in turmoil? It's a crazy situation, and no one really knows how it will unfold. But one thing is for sure, Nelissa Smith's career is at a crossroads.
Artist Christy is leading us. We're putting things in fast because we got a big game on Friday. So everything's just coming fast. So it's all about just being attentive and just playing hard.
And what happens next could either be a triumphant comeback or the beginning of the end. With everything hanging in the balance, the offseason is going to be critical for Nelissa Smith. She's already made it clear that she plans to play overseas and get back in shape. But the real question is, can she rebuild the trust of her teammates, coaches, and fans, or has she already burned too many bridges? Smith is facing a tough road ahead, and it's not going to be easy. But in professional sports, we've seen players turn their careers around before. Whether Smith can do that, or whether her decline will be permanent, remains to be seen. As we sit back and watch this soap opera unfold, one thing is certain: the drama is far from over. The twists and turns in this story are only just beginning, and the next chapter in Nelissa Smith's career promises to be even wilder. So, what do you think? Can Nelissa Smith turn things around, or has the damage already been done? Keep following us at Sport Pulse to stay updated on this ongoing saga, because trust us, the story is just getting started. Stay tuned. The off-season is often seen as a time for reflection and preparation in professional sports. For Nelissa Smith, it will be nothing short of a critical juncture, a moment that could define the trajectory of her career. After a season filled with underperformance, social media drama, and whispers of discontent within the Indiana Fever organization, Smith has a mountain to climb. Whether she can rise to the occasion or crumble under the weight of expectations will be the defining storyline of her young career. Nelissa Smith has already announced her intention to play overseas during the offseason. On the surface, this is a smart move. Playing overseas offers several advantages for WNBA players: improved conditioning, consistent playing time, and the opportunity to refine their skills in a different competitive environment. For Smith, it also represents a chance to escape the noise and drama surrounding her WNBA season, giving her the space she needs to focus solely on basketball. However, the overseas stint is only part of the equation. While it might help her regain confidence and improve her game, it doesn't address the underlying issues that have plagued her career in Indiana. Trust is a fragile thing, and Smith will need to prove to her teammates, coaches, and fans that she's serious about turning things around. Without that, even the best performances overseas could ring hollow when she returns to the WNBA. Trust is the foundation of any successful team, and right now, Smith's foundation with the Fever is shaky at best. The rumors of leaked team information, the cryptic social media posts, and her apparent disconnection from the organization have created a rift that won't be easy to repair. For Smith, this means taking ownership of her actions and demonstrating accountability. That could mean having difficult conversations with her teammates and coaching staff, addressing the controversies head-on, and showing through her actions that she's committed to being a team player. Words alone won't be enough. Smith will need to walk the talk. This trust-building process extends beyond the locker room. Fever fans have been vocal in their disappointment with Smith's performance and behavior. Winning back their support will require transparency, humility, and most importantly, results on the court. In an era where athletes are often scrutinized as much for their off-court behavior as their on-court performance, Smith will need to be mindful of how her actions are perceived moving forward. For any athlete, the offseason is a time to regroup, rebuild, and recharge. For Smith, it represents an opportunity to address the weaknesses that have been highlighted over the past season. Her declining defensive performance in particular will need to be a primary focus. Defense is as much about effort and mindset as it is about skill. Smith has been criticized for her lack of intensity on the defensive end, and this offseason will be her chance to change that narrative. By working with trainers, studying film, and putting in the necessary reps, she can begin to rebuild her reputation as a two-way player. Beyond defense, Smith will also need to refine her offensive game. Her scoring drop-off this season was stark, and regaining her confidence as a scorer will be crucial to her resurgence. Whether it's working on her jump shot, improving her decision-making, or developing new moves in the post, Smith will need to come back with a more well-rounded offensive arsenal. Physical preparation is only part of the equation. Just as important, if not more so, is the mental aspect of the game. Smith has faced a barrage of criticism and scrutiny this season, and how she handles that adversity will be a key factor in her ability to bounce back. Mental toughness is a hallmark of all great athletes. It's the ability to block out the noise, stay focused on the task at hand, and perform under pressure. For Smith, this might mean working with a sports psychologist or leaning on a strong support system to help her navigate the challenges ahead. Confidence, resilience, and a renewed sense of purpose will be essential as she looks to turn the page on this tumultuous chapter of her career. One of the biggest wildcards in this situation is Smith's status with the Indiana Fever. Trade rumors have been swirling, and there's even speculation that the team might leave her unprotected in the upcoming expansion draft. If that happens, Smith could find herself starting fresh with a new organization. While a change of scenery might seem like a blessing in disguise, it's not without its challenges. A new team would mean new teammates, new coaches, and a new system to adapt to, all while trying.